Hi everyone, this is William from the Headphone Experience. I'm here tonight with sort of an update of a headphone that I reviewed about 2 years ago, actually a little more than 2 years ago. It's the LSA HP-2 Ultra, and it's a headphone that I absolutely loved at the time, and I've continued to like it ever since. It's a headphone that I've highly recommended in the under $1,000 category. I believe it still sells for $7.99 through LSA. And this is a headphone that 2 years ago, my end of the year best of review, I gave Headphone of the Year title to. And last year, I gave it the title of Best Headphone Under $1,000 of everything that I've heard up to this point. Okay, well, over the last couple of years, my taste in headphones has changed a little bit. At first, I've been reviewing for a little more than 4 years now. And in the early stage of my reviewing, what really excited me was detail. What I was really looking for was just the ultimate detail out of both headphones and amps and DACs, everything. I just wanted to hear more and more detail. I wanted to be able to put a recording on that I've heard 1,000 times and hear new things that I've never heard before. Well, since then, my taste has changed a little bit. Now I'm appreciating things that are a little warmer, with a little more musicality. Instead of being dry and analytical, I'm looking or prefer headphones, amps, DACs that have a little bit more body to the music, a little more weight, a little more pleasant, a little easier, less fatiguing to listen to. So, I mean, my taste hasn't drastically changed, but it has changed a bit, and I think the reason for it, the biggest reason, is I blame it on Ecl-Mf headphones. And Ecl-Mf should actually take this as a compliment. I reviewed the Verite Open, and then I got a chance to review the Atrium. And both of those headphones both have just a really warm, really rich, lush sound to the mid-range, and I listen to a lot of acoustical music with a lot of female vocals, and it just gives it a beautiful sound, just makes female voices just sound so real and so much more pleasant, and instead of thin and sort of shouty, they have a deeper, more seductive sound. And like I said, I think it was the Ecl-Mf headphones that made me really appreciate that warm, rich mid-range. And so I've gone back and I've listened to this is the HP2, or the LSA HP-2 Ultra, and I still really, really like this headphone. It's got incredible sub bass, and for a closed back headphone, it has a soundstage that is as wide as most open back headphones, and the detail is exceptional. This will hold its own in detail against any headphone. But lately I've had one slight issue with it, and to me the mid-range, especially female vocals, have just sounded a little bit on the dry side of what I prefer. Just a little bit thin. In fact, just slightly shouty at times. And so I decided to try a pad swap on these. And actually, it's been probably about 9 or 10 months ago when Kennerton sent me the Ragnar for review. That's Ragnar Planer. And they sent me a couple extra set of Earpads, and one of them were smaller Earpads, a 95 millimeter instead of the 105 millimeter that fit on the Ragnar. And I was kind of confused as to why I received these smaller Earpads. And but they were memory foam, where the older Earpads on all the Kennerton headphones and the LSAs, which are made by Kennerton, were not memory foam. I don't know what type of foam it was, but anyway, the newer Kennerton headphones are selling with memory foam earpads. So anyway, I've had this set of earpads, and they're called the Ecl-Mf. And it's a 95 millimeter earpad that's sold by Kennerton. I believe the current price is about $76. They're made of really soft lambskin leather. They're really nice. Well, anyway, so I had this pair of earpads laying around for like 10 months now and never tried them on anything. So I was listening to the HP-2 the other night. I was comparing it to the Hi-Fi Man Ananda. And the Ananda is the first headphone that, to me, really competes with the HP-2 in the under $1,000 range. So I did some pretty extensive comparing back and forth. And the Ananda was beating out the HP-2 in one respect. It had a warmer, nicer, more pleasant mid-range to it, and female vocals just sounded better. So anyway, I thought about it, that I had this pair of earpads that I've had sitting around for months, and I thought, well, I'll try throwing them on the HP-2 and see if it makes a difference. And like I said, this is the Ecl-Mf earpads, and right here, this is the stock earpad that comes on the HP-2. And these are, they have normal foam, it's not memory foam, and they are 30 millimeters thick, they're non-tapered, and they don't have any perforations in them. Well, anyway, the MF, or the Ecl-Mf pads, look pretty much the same. They're not tapered, but they're a little bit thinner. They're 25 millimeters instead of 30 millimeters, and they do have a few real small perforations. I don't know if you can see it up at the top here. It'd be hard to show that, but anyway, really small. I think there's like 12 perforations in it. But anyway, but they are memory foam. I don't know if you can tell, but when you squeeze it, they come back real slow compared to normal foam. Springs right back. So anyway, I decided to try these on. And first of all, they're softer and they are more comfortable. And they aren't quite as deep. They're 25 millimeters, but I don't have any problems. Do I have these on right? Yeah. I don't have any problems with my ear hitting the driver or anything like that, so they're still plenty thick enough, and they seem to block out outside sound just as well. So anyway, I gave these a try, and they didn't seem to change the bass at all. The bass on the HP-2, that's one of the most impressive things about this headphone. They have really good sub bass. They go really deep and just have really well controlled, tight, but some decent weight to it sub bass. It's one of the best sub bass headphones I've heard. And they have exceptional detail. Well, what these pads did change is they warmed up the mid-range a little bit. They made female vocals sound better, just a warmer, richer sound, and just more detail and texture in their voices. And it did that though without really losing anything in detail in the mid-range. They don't seem to change the treble much. Like I said, they don't change the bass much, but it just warms up the mid-range just enough to make them sound really pleasant. So when I was comparing these back against the Hi-Fi Man Ananda after changing the pads, it was a lot closer. It was almost equal to the warmth and nice, pleasant mid-range of the the Hi-Fi Man Ananda, because the problem is, it takes like 3 minutes to change the earpad. So if I just use this headphone, put on the old earpads, the stock earpads, then listen, then switch, then listen again, it's tough because you got like 3-4 minutes in between the earpad change. But what I was doing was comparing it directly to the Hi-Fi Man Ananda with the older pads, and then comparing it directly to the Hi-Fi Man Ananda with the newer pads, and the bass is already better. These definitely have better sub bass than the Ananda, and it put the mid-range right there real close to the Hi-Fi Man Ananda. So for a while there, I was kind of preferring the Ananda, but now it's real close again. And what I'm probably going to do in the near future is do a shootout between the HP-2 Ultra and the Ananda, and I'm hoping I get the Ananda Stealth, because the one I have is the original Ananda, and I'm hoping to get the Ananda Stealth in soon and maybe throw that into the mix too. But anyway, so the reason I did this video is this simple earpad switch not only makes this headphone more comfortable because it's just a softer, better feel with the memory foam, but I think it does make significant difference in the sound. It warms up the mid-range, and to me that was the only weakness this headphone had. It was just the mid-range was just a little bit dry and a little bit thin, and this put it right where I like it. So for like 76 bucks or whatever, and I don't know how hard it is to get stuff, if you can even get stuff out of Kennerton right now. I mean, they are in Russia, and there is a war going on. It's pretty hard to get stuff in and out of there, but I think you can, because they did send me some earpads a month ago or so. They did get here in a couple of weeks, I think. So anyway, and I know they're still in business. Their website's still up. So anyway, I think, in fact, I think the new Kennerton Magni, which is a similar headphone, I think it comes with these earpads now instead of the older style headphone or pads. So apparently, other people are thinking it's an improvement too. So I just wanted to let you all know, if you have the HP-2, because I know a lot of people bought the HP-2 because of my recommendations. I went on and on about what a great headphone was, and I just wanted to let you know that I think that this makes them even better. It gives them a warmer, nicer mid-range and makes them more pleasant, and I think it's an improvement for a small price. So anyway, just wanted to let y'all know, and so I'm going to wrap up this video, and if this video helped you, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. And the Headphone Experience at Facebook is really growing fast lately. We're up to like 19.2 thousand members. I think we gained 48 members in one day sometime last week. So I think we're averaging like about 30 members a day right now. So anyway, hope to see you over there, and thanks for watching my video.